Opinion on YouTube. John Smith 7 hours ago, April 16, 2017. John Smith 7 hours ago, April 16, 2017. Before it becomes illegal in Canada, I would like to share with everyone that I'm an Islamophobic Canadian. Here are the facts that produced my phobia. 1. Why is it that every time there is a terrorist attack in a Western country, we don't see thousands of those so-called moderate/liberal Muslims denouncing such acts on the streets? I have been thinking about my question for a long time, until I found an explanation given by Dr. David Wood. 2. Regardless if they are Sunni or Shia, Muslims believe that Muhammad was God's prophet on earth and his words are the law of the land equals Sharia law. Muslims are not allowed to interpret the Quran and must follow an imam's interpretation. By the way, the Prophet Muhammad did not know how to read or write. 3. Muhammad was womanizer and child rapist. 4. The Quran teaches that women are inferior than men. 5. The Quran teaches that black people are worth less than a goat. 6. The Quran teaches how to behave around infidels, you, me, your children. 7. Muslims in Canada have been trying to start their own, only Muslims areas. Most Canadians are not aware of this. Bill 59 in Quebec. 2. Building permit in Quebec. 8. When was the last time you saw an imam in the middle of gay parade? 9. When was the last time you saw a Muslim family walking a dog? https. 10. I'm yet to see an imam celebrating St. Patrick's Day or eating haggis. Before you tell me that Muslims are not allowed to eat pork. For those that don't know who Zakir Naik is. For many Muslims around the world, he is just below the Prophet Muhammad and above Jesus Christ. 11. In Canada imams can preach, kill the infidels or kill the filthy Jews. Yet, these imams has not been charged with inciting hate. A. Toronto. B. Montreal. What else are these imams preaching, that is not been recorded and made public? 12. This is what Muslims demand when their numbers increases. Australia. Canada. Muslims are now allowed to pray in public schools. England. Germany. Japan. USA. Just type in YouTube, Muslims demands Sharia law in, country's name. Muslims has not move in large numbers move into any Latin country, Mexico to Chile, because they consider it a shithole, poor, there is not welfare system in any Latin country. Refugees complaining because their 2 years assistance is about to run out. This is what Muslims like. 13. If Muslims can openly demand that the Queen of England convert to Islam or leave the UK, what do you think they will do in Canada? You can skip to 134-minute, https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=gzdwsf9vzpm. Islam does not respect countries, cultures, religions, non-Muslim people, beliefs and/or way of living. 14. Please pay close attention to what this young girl says at 2:20-minute. This is what the Quran teaches and considers legal, https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=c6u2nrrj4 who. 15. Question, who was the first person/government that instated that Jews had to wear a band in their arm with a yellow star? If you answered, Nazis or Hitler, let me tell you are 100% wrong. The Nazi Party simply took the system already implemented in the 8th century. The first person to instate this type of practice was the Muslim, Umar ibn Abd al-Aziz in the year 717. This Muslim was not an extremist or terrorist. The beloved Prophet Muhammad started this type of system. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/yellow_batch. 16. The Quran teaches that you must not eat using your left hand. So I ask, what happened to left-handed people? We all know that Western/civilized nations stopped forcing people to convert from being left hand to right hand, because it causes serious psychological and emotional damage on people. Just Google it, you will find tons of scientific proofs on this subject. Here is a short explanation why Muslims that follow the Quran do this. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=J7 azlkp2vho. Yet, in 2017 Muslims practice this on a daily basis. Before someone argues that only white racist Islamophobic men produce these type of videos, these are examples of videos presented to children in Muslim countries, schools and TV, and are used as teaching tools in mosques around the world. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=QJG0A1EAH Did you notice Satan eating with his left hand? 2. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=JSSDZBOQS8. 17. When you hear people arguing, Islam is a religion of love and peace. To be fair, partially it is true. Here is the explanation of the love/peace part. Muhammad married his first wife Khadija bint Khuwaylid when he was 25 years old, she was 40 years old. She was a widowed millionaire before she met him. She did not practice Islam and Muhammad was her servant before marrying her. They got married in a Christian ceremony by Khadija's brother, whom was a Christian missionary in Mecca, where Muhammad grew up. Muhammad declared himself to be God's prophet when he was 40 years old. He convinced Khadija, 55 years old, to use her money to finance his ministry. Muhammad moved to Jerusalem and tried to convince the Jews that he was God's prophet. It did not work, this just made his hate against Jews worse. During this period is when Muhammad talked about love/peace. If you compare the Bible, the Quran and the Torah, Jews' holy book, many verses appear as if they were written by the same person. During the first 10 years as a prophet, 40, 50 years old, Muhammad used up all Khadija's money until they become broke and had nothing to eat. Muhammad depended 100% on social assistance, money and food, of some Mecca's residents. Does this sounds familiar? Muhammad gathered about 40 followers including relatives and slaves. However, Muhammad didn't want to be poor so he changed strategy. Muhammad sent his men to spread the word, if you join me, you'll become rich. When Muhammad gathered enough men, he started kidnapping/ransoms, attacking the caravans heading to Mecca, stealing the goods, killing infidels, and sharing the profits with his men. All this is clearly narrated in the Quran. Muhammad lived for 62 years, during the last 12 years of his life, he became a billionaire, a man with 9 wives, 20 years old, a large number of sex slaves and a prophet to be feared. By the way, he killed all those that fed him and his family, when Muhammad and his family were poor. You can skip to 155-minute, https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=V8-YD5KCWX0 There you have it, the religion of love and peace. I was born in Latin America, I've been residing in Canada for the past 30 years. I served 2 years as a Governor-General Foot Guard and 2 years in a Highlander regiment. I celebrated/respected my army friends' traditions. I ate haggis until I got sick for 2 days. Then, the boys and I laugh it off in the army mess. I have black hair, dark brown eyes, brown skin color, I only speak English and Spanish. My accent, well, some days is so heavy that some days I confused myself when talking. Yet, not once I have demanded special treatment, M103, that will be against integration and respect to those that made and die for Canada. When my daughter was a child, I will bring her to Remembrance Day parades and explain. When was the last time you saw Muslims' families around a war memorial on November 11th? I am afraid for my wife, she is left-handed, and my daughter. I am afraid for every Canadian that neither is Muslim nor they are about to convert to Islam. I am afraid for the safety of our 3-pound Yorkie, he is black. Now I understand why my neighbor always walks away when they see me walking our dog. I am afraid, phobia, of when Muslims start demanding that we non-Muslim must accept their culture, religion, and beliefs. Do they treat us the same way in Muslim countries? Even if we are tourists? I have phobia of Islam. I have phobia of what Muslims practice in private and publicly. The Liberal Party of Canada and M103 just worsen my condition. I am now 100% Islamophobic. P.S. You are welcome to copy/paste my letter and share it with your friends or loved ones. I am finding lots of people are not aware of the basic facts any Islamic Muslim believes.